I know that all of us are well aware of the word pricing and buying, but do you know the factors, concepts, and principles that goes beneath the process of it? A retailer must price merchandise in such a way that in addition to satisfying customers and the firm profits, pricing is an important exercise because it has a direct relationship with the company's goals and interacts with other retailing issues. If a pricing policy is not appropriate, it can drive a store out of a business. On the other hand, buying is a critical role in the retail and consumer sectors. The buyers decide what products the company will sell and where the products will be sourced. Whether a supermarket stocks mangoes here in the Philippines or beef from Japan, the decision will be made by the buyers. With that being said, let's try to get deeper and thoroughly tackle the process of pricing and buying a merchandise, shall we?
Buying merchandise? Alam niyo ba kung ano to? If not, let me give you an idea. Finding the goods that retailers wish to sell and then buying them from manufacturers to sell on their behalf is one of the most crucial components of retail management. In buying merchandise, there are two brand alternatives. Unahin muna natin ang manufacturer brands. Manufacturer brands are created, produced, and marketed by a vendor and distributed through several retailers. It provides a number of advantages such as allowing retail stores to move some of the financial risk connected with acquiring goods back to the seller and maybe assisting their stores in improving their reputation and traffic flow. It still has certain drawbacks, however, such as reduced margins and competitive pressures that limit retailer flexibility. Let's go on to discuss private level store or brands. These are produced by a retailer and sent just to selected retailers. Making your products is less expensive than purchasing pre-made ones. Therefore, choosing a brand option of this kind results in greater quality products, devoted customers, and profit margins. Just like the first one, this also has disadvantages such as the need for substantial investments in design and sourcing from throughout the world, as well as expertise in brand creation and promotion. They typically lack the attractiveness that purchasers seek. Lastly, bago ko makalimutan, there are 4 private brands, namely premium, generic, copycat, and exclusive co-brands. And as to further know the buying merchandise and its preparation, just chill, sit in your most comfortable position or place, and stay tuned.
The nature of a merchandising business is the buying and selling of goods. Both are considered pivotal parts in attaining success in the market. To obtain profit, goods must be priced properly, but you cannot price anything if you will not buy merchandise first and foremost. Hence, today, the basics of buying preparations for a merchandising business will be discussed. Remember that in buying merchandise, there are a lot of things that should be taken into consideration. Thus, your buying plan should include but not be limited to the following, as it will still be heavily dependent on your business's nature: the amount of stock needed to satisfy the forecasted sales, the corporate merchandise goals, which could be micro or macro merchandising, as well as the type, quantity, size, and price of the merchandise to be purchased. Moreover, you can actually purchase merchandise from 2 types of brands: manufacturer or national brands, and store or private labels. A private label could be a premium brand, a generic brand, a copycat, or an exclusive code brand. Now, as a retailer, your decision to buy from whichever brand has its own pros and cons. When buying from a national brand, you would not have to worry about promoting your products as they are already established in the market. However, your profit margin could be low, whereas private labels would cost you less, but might require more effort when selling to customers as they are less recognized and sometimes even frowned upon for being cheap copies of national brand merchandise. However, do note that a lot of merchandisers offer both national and private labeled merchandise to benefit from its advantages. Moving forward, whether you're a small or large retailer, there are legal and ethical considerations in buying merchandise, and these are the following: purchase terms and conditions, resale price maintenance or RPM, commercial bribery, chargebacks, buybacks, counterfeit merchandise, gray markets and diverted merchandise, exclusive dealing agreements, and tying contract. Note that these all exist to protect the vendor and retailer from breaching the law, and eventually, the rights of the customers as well. Hence, they all must be taken seriously.
I really wanted to start a business. I am tired of the idea that I'm working for someone and being slave with this company.
Yeah, I know it's your dream to start a business. You've been working for a company for 5 years. I think you already have enough background on how to start a business. I will support you no matter what. But if you're still unsure, try the national manufacturer's label. It's less hassle because you don't need to promote your brand anymore. The brand is already known by many customers, but it's a high cost for a startup business. If you decide to start a business, count me.
I'm really blessed to have a friend like you. I'm looking forward to starting a business with you.
I have something to tell you. What if we started to sell products like this? I feel like many people will love them.
Do you think so?
Yes, I posted it on TikTok and many people love them. They were asking us to release it.
What? You already posted it? You know how dangerous social media is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just excited.
I love this lip care. It has a lot of positive reviews and should try it.
Yeah, right. But that product is a lot of fake products and unauthorized sellers. Also, it was super expensive for a lip care.
What if we hoard and buy it at retailer's price? I think the retailer will give the price to people.
I don't think that's a good idea. Retailer cannot sell an item for less than a specific price the manufacturer suggested retail price. The retailer might violate a rule if you push one more. I think they have a resale price maintenance that they need to follow.
What is pricing in merchandise? Pricing it is the amount of money a retailer aims to maintain on a specific type of merchandise. So retailers have to decide what price to charge for their products. In setting the price, they must not only consider the cost, profit, and sales, but also other factors like what the market can afford to pay and is willing to pay. In pricing products, business owners or retailer must maintain a balance between maximizing profit and maintaining their competitive edge. When discussing pricing, the term markup plays a vital role. The markup, it is the price that is added to the cost of goods or services before they are sold.
As we move on to discussing merchandise pricing, you will learn more about the concept, purpose, and approaches to help you understand the main topic. So, you may ask, why is it important to set the right price? The right market pricing balance makes your goods competitive and attractive while protecting your profit and account for all of your costs. Resale price maintenance or RPM. This is a policy in which a seller may stipulate that a retailer cannot sell an item less than a certain price. There are 3 external factors affecting retail pricing. First, competition. They'll perform a research about their competitor and how they properly manage. Second, channel. Pertains to how consumers shop. Internet and direct sales are some examples. And third, geography. Refers to the exact areas where the retailer's target audience may be found.
Apologies for being late. No worries. But I'm excited to call you here. I have good news for our business.
Oh, do you want to help?
Remember our supplier from China? The materials we ordered from them came last night, and it's in our stock room.
Oh, let us see it.
This is the invoice.
The prices ranges from 4 pesos to 9 pesos depending on its designs and styles. Oh, the shipping fee is quite high. We need to plan how we do pricing to make sure all of our expenses will be covered by our market and provide profits for our business today.
And that is exactly why I called for this meeting. If our expenses for utilities is 30 pesos, rent is for 50 pesos, and other expenses for 40 pesos, this total must be covered up by the markup.
If you write the breakdown, fabrics that cost 4 pesos multiplied by 20 pieces would be 80 pesos, while fabrics that cost 6 pesos multiplied by 15 pieces would be 90 pesos and fabrics that cost 10 pesos multiplied by 10 pieces would be 100. A total of 270 pesos cost of materials. And if we add 50% markup, fabrics that cost 4 pesos divided by 0.5 is equal to 8 pesos multiplied by 20 pieces would be 160. While fabrics that cost 6 pesos divided by 0.5 is equal to 12 pesos multiplied by 15 pieces is equal to 180. While lastly, the fabrics that cost 10 pesos divided by 0.5 is equal to 20 pesos multiplied by 10 pieces is equal to 200, a total of 540 gross sales. And if we get the difference of our expenses and the cost of materials, we would get 150 of profit.
But how would you apply to know? Of course, I have I have checked the quality and divided to our production. And I guess that's it. If you're happy with me, it's my pleasure.
See you around the office.
Alright, see you.
In a nutshell, it is really about what you're putting out there in the market. Wise words from Peter Drucker. What the customer buys and considers value is never a product. It is always utility. That is what the product or service does for the customer. Instead, customers hire products and services to do jobs for them. By understanding the jobs the customer seeks to get done, business can innovate with greater insight and increase predictability. Therefore, it is significant to understand the customer's wants and needs beyond the basic utility.